Hello. I'm going to show you now how to warp this flaxen twine loom. It's pretty easy, and I've got some nice warp thread cord here, and you want to try to center your piece, in the loom. It's not tragic if it's cut, off to one side or the other. It's just kind of a little bit easier to work with. And sometimes I just estimate. So this piece is only going to have 21 warp threads up and down. So I always start with a slip knot, and then again, I like to give myself a little bit of tail. So I'm just going to make that slip knot, slip because you can do that. So I just make a loop and then feed this back in there, and I've got another loop. So I'm gonna estimate. So if it comes out cockeyed, like I said, it's no big deal. I'm gonna slip it over one of these teeth and then snug it down. And the tension is gonna keep it nice and tight. And then enough of a tail that I can weave in later. So this is, usually I kind of do this in my lap. So this is gonna be a little more awkward, so bear with me. Then I'm gonna go try to keep this vertical. I don't want to go that way, but I'm not counting and trying to make it perfect. So I find it easier if you're using a ball than a cone or a tube of yarn. But anyway, so I'm gonna pull this tight, hold my thumb here to keep the tension, wrap it around that tooth, and then bring it down here. And I'm trying to hold the tension there. Hold it and wrap it around the tooth, back up here, and I'm pulling tight to keep tension. Let some string out of my ball here so it's easier to work with. And if I let go a little bit, it's okay because I'm just going to keep pulling it tight. And I'm sticking my finger down here to hold that until I can tighten it up right here. And I'm just going to keep winding it around back and forth, holding my finger back there to hold it while I wrap it around right here, around here. And I haven't been counting, so I'm going to take time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 8, 9, and just keep pulling it tight, and that'll kind of, if there's any loose ones close by this, it'll tighten it up all the way through. So just, it's really pretty fast. So keep going. Pardon all the wobbly, it's not the most elegant process, but these teeth, they really do kind of grasp really well. It's not a big deal if you have to take it off and do it over again. I've done that before. So let me see, I've lost count again. Pull that, I'm holding that up there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. This is 18. 19. 20. And 21. So just in case, I'm going to recount. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 1. So now that I've got it up here, I'm holding it tight. I'm going to wrap this to kind of hold the tension, kind of weave it back and forth. That way, when it's not going to loosen up really easy when I have to work the knot at this end. So I'm just kind of holding it there. And I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cross this. First I'm gonna cut this string. See if I can get this. There we go. So got my string cut. So I'm going to then again, this is not gonna be a slip knot, but I'm gonna wrap it over. I'm gonna make a loop. Again, apologies for the wobbliness because I'm trying to hold tension here. And I'm gonna put it around this and pull it tight. Now I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna end over end, kind of wrapping it there with like a little loop. And I'm going to put it around that tooth, make sure it goes all the way down, and pull it tight, and it's done. And I've got pretty even tension all the way across, and that is done. And I even managed to get it pretty well centered. Not always the case. I can tell I've just got one or two more over there, but like I said, no big deal. For me, it's not worth counting on getting everything perfectly because it's going to turn out the same. So there it is on the back side, and pretty easy.